Hey guys, check this out. This is the Big Rock 6S from Arma, and we just got this one in. Now, initially when this came out, and it's been out for a little while now, but when this came out, I ordered one. I got to look at one on the bench when they were in the store there, and I wasn't overly impressed. It looks like a dressed up version of the Fireteam to me. The wheelbase is the same, the platform's pretty much the same. Some of the options are different, but this one, like the Fireteam, this doesn't have any of the EXB stuff in it. This is just a regular stamped chassis and that kind of thing. But at the same time, this was $700, and for not having any of the extreme bash stuff in it, that seems like a pretty steep price for something like this. Still, I really like the body. The more I looked at it in the store, the more I wanted one. The detail in it from everywhere, from the spoiler in the back to the fifth wheel hitch, all really cool, well thought out. It's got add-on door handles. The mirrors move. I mean, that's pretty cool stuff right there. It's just got a lot of detail in it you normally don't see in these kind of things. That's the reason I picked one up. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and show you what you get when you buy one of these things, and we're going to get the top off. We're going to weigh this body against the Fireteam and see if there's a difference in weight, because that for me was an issue. The top weight on the Fireteam was a bit much in my opinion. We'll see how this one fares when it comes to that. We'll go over all of the internals and see what we might want to upgrade in the future. This is a first look video, guys. This should be pretty informative. When the weather gets better, we'll go out and run it. But for now, this is what we've got. All right, so we've got everything out on the bench, from everything in the packet to the radio to the truck itself. So let's do this. The packet in this one comes with the usual complement of stuff from the manual all the way down, and it's right here. We've got some changeable plungers for the shock absorbers, and each one has different size holes and stuff in it, so you can tune your shocks to what works for you. It also comes with the basic toolkit with some rudimentary Allen wrenches, some wheel wrenches. There's a wheel wrench there, a shock wrench there. Just the basic stuff you'd need to work on your RC. They also include shims for the differentials. Arma has become aware that that's an issue, and now they ship with these. So if you haven't seen these, there's an instruction pamphlet in there as to how to use these. They're not that hard to do, guys, but always check your diffs. It's a good idea every time. It also comes with the speed pinion, and of course there's a warning label in here telling you not to bash with this one. It'll cause overheating in the motor and ESC. This is for speed runs, guys. That's what this one's for. This is what they recommend it be used for. Still, if you know what you're doing and you mind your temperatures, you could probably get away with a little light bashing with that. Also, it comes with a sticker kit, and they all come with these. These are really nice to have. It comes with batteries for the transmitter, which is also pretty cool. They started doing this after they acquired Losi, and Losi had done this for a while, so it's nice to see Arma stepping into that. It also comes with your genuine warranty, so this is the warranty guide to tell you everything you need to know about the car and what's covered and whatnot. Then it has two manuals. This one is basically your start guide, and this covers everything on how to work on everything in the car, and it tells you all about it. This is a really good one. You want to hang on to this one, but it's always this little guy that matters, and what it comes down to is this one. So this is the breakdown manual, and this one covers everything you need to know about part numbers, where things should be placed in the car, and all that. Like I've said before, guys, always keep the thin one. This is the one with everything you've got to have to order parts and all that cool stuff, so don't lose this one. On top of that, it comes with the SLT3 radio, and I've never been a real fan of this. I am getting to like them a little better, and it works with the 3 channels, so it's got a channel down here, throttle and steering, and it feels a little, I don't know, I'm getting used to it, but it always felt a little weird in my hand. It has some basic controls on it. It's not a super radio. This is just an RTR radio, and generally these work, guys. They do the job, so it should be plenty to run it. The SLT3, I like the more high-end radios, so this one I'll probably wind up swapping out, but during the test, we'll definitely use this one. And that brings us to the car. So let's get down on the bench and get the cover off and see what this thing's made of. Okay, so let's check the suspension first, make sure everything's moving smoothly. And it appears to be, so that's good. Now, one of the nice things about this is the way the body comes off. In the back here, there are 2 pins. So these are just your hood pins back here, but you pick up the back and slide it forward and it slips right off. Look at all the stuff inside of that. That is amazing how much stuff they put in there, but to get the scale look of it with all the embeds, this isn't Lexan here, this is an insert. So is the front end. It's just got a lot of stuff added onto it, which adds to the weight. This is over 2 pounds now, which is heavier than the Fire Team. All right, so you can see the scale is zeroed out. And we want to start with the Fire Team body, so let's set that on there. All right. It looks like 1 pound, 15.4 ounces for the Fire Team. That is a pretty heavy body. Now let's see what the Big Rock weighs in at. Okay. 2 pounds, 7.1 ounces for the Big Rock. Even heavier than the Fire Team. First, let's look at the bottom. And as expected, this is a stamped chassis, so it's just this will bend pretty easily. It's not the good aluminum, not that I'm aware of. It does have the version 5 arms on it, and that's a good upgrade from the version 4. Still, at the same time, the suspension is nice and smooth. I really do like this, and these are the concussion rings that go to the bumpers. They're nice and big and thick. They should take a lot of punishment. But down inside of here, when you look here, you've got your regular 2050 motor here, and the 2050 is standard in all of these things from Arma. Over here we have the version 2 150 amp Spectrum speed control, and this one has the update in it, so it shouldn't have the power failure that they were having in the previous ones. It also has the on and off switch here. It's got a new servo. It's supposed to be a little more torquey. It has a 25 tooth servo horn right here. The radio box is over here. This is what connects to that SLT3, and they have stationed the battery and everything to the back, which sets the weight in the back of this, which should help it if it does wind up getting in the air. So if you take a look here, let's get you right up close. Let's see, right here. Right here is the cup. So the tongue on the body goes in here, and here's your hood pins, and this looks a lot like the Mojave set as far as the oval shape here, but it's got the way it straddles that shock tower, it really makes it look pretty substantial. It does have the plastic chassis braces as I expected, so it doesn't have any of the BL or the EXB stuff in it. This is all BLX, and it's $700. That seems like an awful lot to get a BLX. I'm a little disappointed in the cost versus what you get, but we won't know if it's worth it until you get her out and test it. So that's what's inside. All right, so there you go. That's our first look at the Big Rock 6S. And I'm not really disappointed here. I really was hoping for some of the EXP components in it, but we do those kind of upgrades anyway, so that's not a real deal breaker. But for $700, you would expect it to have some of that in there. Still, this has got more detail in it than any of the other ones we have here at the channel that aren't considered scale. This is just a beautiful truck all the way around, and if that means anything to you, this is definitely one to look at. And being 7th scale, it's got a longer wheelbase, and that should make it really stable. We won't know how it handles until we actually get to test it, but until we get there, I just enjoy looking at it. It's a beautiful vehicle. So if you haven't already, don't forget to bash that like button and help our content spread. We love getting our hands on the new stuff, and this is new to us. It's been out for a little while, and other channels have had it for a while, and there's lots of that going on out there, and we don't care. That's not what we're into. We don't need to be first. We just want to see what it is and see how good it is and all that good stuff, and that's what we're into here. We have to buy these just like everyone else. We have to go to the hobby store, we have to order them, waiting for them to come in, and blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. So when we finally get them, we share what we learn with you. If you guys have anything you'd like to add to this video, please feel free to leave it in the comments and help others along the way. Hey guys, for AJ Jam Studios, I'm AJ saying, keep bashing.